All right, we're back. I think we're live. It looks right. Everything looks good. All right, we're good and we're set to go. Hopefully, everybody's having a great night. So let's see if we can make a little bit of money playing poker tonight here. Try to stop a downswing. Do a little work in a poker game. See if we can make this better than we have been. We got a couple tables open. Let's just see if we can get this going tonight. Let's do something a little different for a change. Alright? Okay. Tables, everything looks good. We got our lot. Everything looks pretty sweet. I think we're okay. Everything's there. Audio mixer looks okay. A little bit. There we go. Alright. We're back at it here. Playing a little poker. See what we can do. Alright, 9-3 we are. Simple fold. Alright, we're gonna try to stop the slide tonight. Try to plug a little bleeding here. We got some fairly aggressive tables, which isn't too bad. We can look at it. We see that we have been on a precarious downslide. We haven't really turned a corner. Haven't really had a great session, not anything good. And that's probably a product of just not thinking while we play. So we are going to work on that tonight. So we're still up a little bit of profit. We're still winning a little bit. We're marginal winning. But we would like to see if we can take that to a better spot. Alright, and one of the things we are definitely working on tonight is increasing our continuation bet frequency, as we talked about last night. Some great input. We are going to work on increasing our continuation bet frequency, trying to get that towards this, raise it about 10% of where we're at. And we're also working on getting our 3-bet sizing and our continuation bet sizing to be a little more exact. So now we're good. So let's see. We're good. Almost here. We got some ball. Now we're good. We flop our flush draw, which is nice to see. I don't have to complain about that. 65. Now the question is, how fast do we want to play? We do want to keep this guy behind us in, so we're just going to call. See if we can get a good turn. Not the best turn. We don't really have. We can just check, see if we can peel a river. See what Arlo wants to do here. He's just hanging out. Get his time bank. He's deciding how he wants to play this. What is going on with my focus? That isn't good. Now the question is, who can we get? Focus, please. There we go. Let's autofocus. Weird. Let's see. Game bet's $2. There's no reason to. Nothing there looks particularly interesting about continuing, so I think we're just gonna have to fold. Over here, we're just gonna give it up the big one. So not the best hand, maybe. Should play a little faster, but it's all right. We got the flop we wanted, just didn't get the cards that way. Ace 8. Amazing. Now we are gonna fold. Check that, see if that's actually a correct implementable idea in a minute. So we were in the small blind with cut off. Ace 8 suited, we should probably be calling about. We should be calling there. Okay. So we're actually going to try to play better. So we've picked up, we're actually opened up some implementable GTO charts for 6 max, and we're gonna, as we go along, we get in spots we're gonna play and refer to them as I can, and try to see if some of the, at least my pre-flop play, we can tighten that up a bit, because I think there's always room for improvement. And so I do think I have a general grasp of what these are gonna say. I think there might be some spots where I'm gonna be surprised. However, here, this is not a spot where I'm surprised. I think I'm almost always going to be raising or 3-betting. So, not a shock here that we are going to be 3-betting. So there's a chance where we can actually work on our 3-betting sizing. Try to get that a little more. So there we go. Get that up. So let's bring it up. It's around $1 seems appropriate, so we're trying to go 3.5x is what I'm looking at. So hopefully we can get. Now we're all in with queens. We are not folding. We are flipping against everything we didn't want to see. That's a rough beat. That's a rough one. He got it. He got the whole kit and caboodle there. Oh well, we'll top off and try again. Not much you can do there. We're gonna get that in almost all the time. Yeah, it looks like I've played a couple of them a few times, so sorry, I just took a pretty big beat there. Thinking. That's alright. Down our first $10 of the night. Not a problem. Not a problem. We ran queens into ace king. And, well, he flopped both an ace and a king. So not much you can do there. We're flipping. We're not folding. We take our beats. Do what we can. But yeah, no, it's really... Back to my raise. We're looking at 25-ish. Well, thank you for noticing that. And then asking me if I've played with anybody on the table. Just kidding. Could have consoled me a little bit. Made me feel better about my life. What I want to do here. I want to check quarter bet, just a mini little bets here. Sure, I could always use a quick drink. Why is he min-raising me on every turn? Is it these three? I mean, what is going on here? Check. You're gonna check behind with your weak ace. Oh yeah, there you go. chop pot. Everybody loves a chop pot. I did. I offered you a drink. Well, yeah, you didn't come through. Who's first? I'm just kidding. I didn't see that actually. It didn't come through at the same time. That's funny. No, I am just busting on you. But no, I don't think. I think there's a few players I played some hands with. I noticed some of the names. And I think, actually, this guy over here, I've got like 444 hands with. Why am I sitting out? Why are we doing that? I'm back. Oh, did I time out somehow? It's weird. I don't think I did. Silly site, doing stuff to me. So let's see what we got. We are. Doesn't matter. I can look at that all day, and I know that that was the right decision to make with queen. So I will not dwell on it. We will move on. Play some more. Play some more because that's what we do. So let's see. It's going to be difficult to put me in a bad mood tonight because things have been going well. Life has been pretty good. It's a pretty relaxing day. So this is just the topper on the cake for me. Just play a little poker. What could be what could be better than this? Just kicking back, playing a few hands of poker for essentially inconsequential stakes, but I don't want to wait for big ones. Stop making me do stuff I don't want to do, tables. I don't want to do that, so don't make me do that. Insanity. Alright, well, nope. We want none of that. So like I was saying, I did actually realize that why not complicate things more? Add a little bit more to my cluttered desk here. So I did add a GTO chart. So I'm playing this. Why does this keep sitting me out on this table? Am I just not hearing the alerts? Well, that's a nice hand. Check. It's to me. Got the little quarter pot. I don't know if I'm just not hearing the alerts on this table or what's going on. Oh, thanks. So, is it just not loud enough for me? Hold on. Let me just check this mixer. No, it's right. It's all the way up. What the hell? Okay. I will pay attention to it more. Instead of ignoring the insistent beeping sounds coming from... I think I'm defending wide here, so... blah, blah, blah. Check. Get away from that. We didn't hit much. I'm going to defend wide there. And we fold. So, we'll get in the string of this. We'll get back in the swing of the game. It does take a little bit. We settle everything out. So, like I said, I keep saying it. I don't even think I finished the thought. So, because that would be right. We are going Queen 7. What do we do? What do we do? Queen 7. Yeah, we are just going to limp. Is what is told to do. Once again, I will eventually finish that thought about the implementable GTO charts, but as I was saying, I added to the complications of my table. There we go. About that. Added to the complications. There. Added to the complication, I put another tablet on the desk so we can kind of take a look at GTO charts while we're playing. And at least, I think if I reference them enough, I can really start to button down my pre-flop play. Work on that. And then, as we move along, and I hopefully stay afloat in these cash games, I can start adding more and more information and more strategies as I build up kind of to actually playing a pretty solid game. But we are pretty close to dipping into money. We're starting to go down to that bottom of that line. But again, we're playing for fun. We're playing to learn. It is a bankroll builder challenge, but I don't know. Bankroll losing challenge kind of sounds fun to me. I don't mind. I don't mind taking some beats along the way, as long as it's building towards a set of skills that I can actually capitalize later on. For me, I don't think necessarily you have to freak out about getting beat down from time to time. I mean, clearly you want to make decisions, good decisions, and try to avoid that as much as possible. But over here, we're playing like three-handed. You want to avoid that as much as possible. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you know you're going to get beat. But I think... Oh, Emerald. Thank you. I appreciate it. Just contributing to my bankroll. So that'll offset my backer has come through. I won't even charge you. I won't even... I said I'll make that a straight backing. I won't even make you have any kind of points or anything on that. It's good. So whatever I win tonight, you get your portion of it, okay? We talked about this and how this works, so thanks, hon. Appreciate that. Slowly but surely. Okay, now we're not feeling so bad about that first loss. We got a limper here. Add a blind for the limper. And clearly I don't have to check that out. Tens are going to be raised in that spot. So yeah, this is a nice situation where I want to try and improve in small areas that can build up over time, and small areas that can build up over time and actually add small incremental gains along the way that, looking back, we can see added up to much larger gains long term. If that makes any sense. I'm not even showing you guys the hand I'm playing. Oh, I figured you were having a drink with me. I appreciate that. I might actually get a bourbon as well. Why not? But, yeah. So, alright, cool. We take down a pot. Ace 10. We're not unhappy. We get raised with the ace 10 off from under the gun. Hijack, whatever. In this position. 10 off is actually on the button. Oh, looks like. So, yeah. Alright, let's figure this out. Trying to figure out these. Chart positions as I go along, get more accustomed to see where we should be. So, bear with me. I'm working on it. I think I know what I'm doing, but I'm not sure. So we're just moving along, trying to take some bits and pieces here. I'm knitting. Alright, well, whatever. I didn't really have a nice, easy way of kind of organizing these charts. So it's a little bit of scroll and find kind of thing. And again, I'm really not used to using them because even though I've known about them and I've had them and I've been aware of them, I just haven't got around to implementing them as much as I should have. So let's see. Alright, so we are here. We are actually raising, that's obvious. We are going to check the table. Pretty bad. Rebetting is fun. It's a nice situation. Let's check. A lot of turn cards that we'd like to see. We're gonna call. Another check. Take it down. Not expecting that one to necessarily get through, but we were talking last night about the overfolding tendencies of this population, so we're going to seek to maximally exploit that tonight. That is an example of maximally exploiting. Whether it was smart, I have no idea. So. Blind versus blind. Let me just check that one actually. That was ace-4 off. There's a raise fold. Okay, it's a bit of a mixed strategy here. Over here, we clearly have a raise. I figure to be ahead of most, if not all. Get our pipe going here, see if we can make something happen. If anybody's interested. Oh, we got a disconnect, so we're going to be waiting on that hand for a minute. Yeah, that's actually a raise. That's a raise. Charts say to raise, so we're raising. We're trusting the charts tonight, and hopefully, as we trust them and learn them, we can kind of memorize them a bit. Then it becomes a little more instinctual. Checking. Home in this hand. Just gotta put a small bet. Get a piece of it. Queen doesn't seem to have changed anything. I'm gonna bet the queen. There we go. See that a little better. Just basically get him out of there. Take down money we didn't deserve. That's our goal. At least that's what we're trying to do. So Emerald Thunder, what are we drinking tonight? What libation are we indulging in? I have a soda. See? Soda. Just soda. No bourbon. We're playing very serious micro stakes poker. I can't have bourbon in here. Just kidding. Okay. Alright, let's go. Let's just change this up a bit. Oh, I hate this music. Go back to our rock channel. So we get raised in the big blind. Big blind versus cutoff. Queen 10 suited is just a call. We call. We found wide. We flop our top pair. Check. Looking to check raise here, I think. See no reason to get crazy, but we want to check raise on that flop. We do have top pair. And take it down. Looks like aggression pays off. And we'll take it. Queen Jack on the button. Jack on the button is an obvious raise. So we do. Cut off. 8 suited is actually a raise. This over here is to the charts. We raise there. Oh, we get 3-bet in position by this guy. I think we can fold a percentage of the time there, not get too wrapped up in that pot. This one we're almost always going to be betting, so we're going to go about 4 pot. Third of the pot. There we go, we bet that out. 8-10, we figured out is a raise. We raise again. We can take the free card here. Big over bet on the turn. They're almost never bluffing. We just fold. We raise, get 3-bet with the 8-2. We just call it. We hit nothing. We just check. That is quite a concoction there you got going. Why am I not surprised? 0 sugar Smirnoff with sparkling flavored water and fit active flavoring. Made quite a bit. Okay. Oh, I think our raising is attracting some attention, but we're gonna call here. Really should have not. Really should have just not. Oh, we're folding. Either our raising is starting to attract some attention, or we're just getting in some really weird spots. People are just picking up hands that can get this. So. Either way, it's something to be aware of and keep our eyes on. See what happens. We're gonna fold. Fold pretty easy, both tables. No harm, no foul. Fold it here. Over here, we got this queen. We are not letting that limp. Now we're back over here with jacks. So we're playing a bunch of hands on a bunch of tables. Those jacks are clearly going to be a raise on the button. Can actually exploit that a bit. Ace queen is also going to be a raise. Coming out of the blind. Jacks do not get any action. Ace queen. Going to bet small and frequently. Take it down. That's how the game is. They miss most of the time. I am nothing if not able to learn. So last night we had a nice little strategy session trying to figure out some of the errors that were apparent and just obvious in my game. So those are the things we're trying to correct now. Like one of those things was my C-bet percentage. Trying to get that up from about 57% to around 70% to try to maximally exploit the player pool. So we are ticking up. We've ticked up about 2 percentage points already, so that's good. It means we've turned that on a bit. So we are in the Queen 7 suited. Sorry, I'm just on the outside here. And the cutoff, we actually use a cutoff. It's a raise. Going to the charts. Using the charts. Going to the charts. One of our marginal spots, so that we can learn the basic edges. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're good there. We like that. This is where we're going to apply max pressure by overbetting the pot. Over here, I don't think I have to look at a chart to figure out what to do with it. And over here, I don't have to really look at a chart to figure out what to do with it. We're clearly raising. And we're raising over here as well. Oh, we're 3-betting. There is 25. We'll bring it up. Sounds good. 3-ish positions. Gets the call. Flop 2 unders. We are in. We got it. There. Looks good. Looks good. Check the call. Now it's getting all kinds of complicated. Don't really want to fold here. The question is, little block right out. Ace 9 calls there. Ugh. Ugh. Well, that's all right. Pair. No respect. No respect. Simply fold. Get no respect in that position. No respect. Oh man. You go up, you go down. Is what it is. Sure why. I'm calling. We got a gut shot here. We got overs. We got lots of possibilities. The smallish bet. Check. Still in the same spot. We don't really win unless we bet here. So we're betting. I guess he's never folding that. Out kicked, out beat. Three bet there. Oh well, we're trusting. We're trusting. Trusting the system. Okay, random sound effects. As in the letter. Continuation. So it's a continuation of the betting you did pre-flop. No, it's not the I'll just see bet. So that would, a lot of times, it seems like it, because pretty much what you're doing, it's not a inaccurate wordplay. Because a lot of times it is just, let's just see if we can get this person to fold bet. Fold. Fold. Alright, cool. So these ranges, it looks like, I can't even see what. Looks like we're playing about 43% of hands from the button all the way down to about 18% of hands when we're, you know, in the low jack, i.e. under the gun. So. Oh, man. All this fold over here. 7-10 in the blind. Check fold mode. See what we can do. Maybe we can make something happen and get some action going here. Not sure that we can though. Yeah, we just fold. Again, over here, we're check fold do. Maybe we'll get the walk. We'll be able to move on. Nope, of course he's just raising. I don't blame him. Ace 10 in the small blind. Let's look at that one, because that seems interesting. Ace 10 off. Ace 10 off is a limp the majority of the time. Looks like here we're looking to limp if it gets folded to us. Against that raise, small blind versus potentially cutoff. That's a fold. Again, we're just trusting the charts, playing it a little bit straight up, trying to figure out, really kind of nail down some basic ranges that we can use going forward, so we have a good fundamental starting place to kind of work from. So on the button here, with King 6 of clubs. King 6 suited is all the way down to King 2 is where we're opening. So, but we're facing a raise from. We're in the button, so button versus. We actually get rid of this almost every position, so we just fold here. Yeah, trying something new with the charts. Exactly. When what you've been doing isn't working, I figured the best bet would be go back to basics and see if I can shore up some of the basics at least, shore up at least starting hands. It seemed like a easy thing to start, at least start with, and see what happens from there. But so far the experiment has been hit or miss, so we'll see. I'm gonna raise here, over here as well. 2 raises going. So yeah, trying the charts, adjusting some of our C-bet percentage, also C-bet sizing, see what we can do. See what works. Yep. That didn't work. Okay. We are not happy. The way these results have been playing out. But we're just warming up, getting ready to go. So let's see if we can make a difference here. Really didn't want to top that off, but could not let me. So, all in all, it's been a pretty straightforward night. Nothing crazy. We ran queens into ace king early, but not you can do there. Would have been nicer if they gave me a little sweat by not just flopping an ace and a king on the flop, but we'll take it. We'll take the quick and merciless kill. There we go, top off. We're upping the aggression, upping the strategy, see if we can make this work. Allow ourselves to be bluffed off this hand here. It's fine. We don't mind. We don't mind being bluffed off. Yeah, so like I said, charts are just trying to start up. Yeah. I understand the thinking on that. They do seem to get called an awful lot. I don't know. I have to think about that. Because I don't... It's like here. I got nothing. I'll see bet. I got pair nines, but nothing compared to 2 overs. See? Not a good idea. Maybe you're onto something. Why did you check it? Right. I don't know why you checked that turn there. Don't do that to me. Hee 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 hee. Alright, so maybe that c-bet worked, but I don't know. I know the correct GTO strategy is to c-bet about... Oh, thank you. I know the correct GTO strategy is to c-bet about 70% of times at this, even at the stakes. Like your c-bet percentage should be about 70%. I mean, highly coordinated boards, I guess you could make exceptions for. I mean, I'm sure like out of position there. I think any strategy can work as long as there's rationale behind it. Like if you find you're getting called too much, if you're getting called way too much, then obviously the correct adjustment is to tighten up and really only be c-betting when you've got a piece, or sprinkle in some bluffs and some strong hands just to kind of keep it honest. You know, try to more slant it towards, you know, your c-bet range kind of being a little stronger. You know, if you're going to move the curve over, if you look at it like a bell curve, that might be an option. But I honestly find I don't get called all that often. I feel like a lot of c-bets on miss, like especially flops I miss, are taking it down enough to justify upping my c-bet percentage at least a little bit. So here's a question. What do I do here? Low jack. Pocket fours are actually a fold here. They're not, yeah, pocket fives are even marginal. Even pocket threes here, those are both folds. Sorry, it was pocket fours over here, but that's actually a fold. So yeah, I'm working with this thing. I am trying. Big blind versus button raise. Button with ace-6 of clubs. Ace-6 suited is actually a 3-bet here. They are calling for the 3-bet. I see that. Protecting your seat. I see it. You have to call. That's fine. 7-5 before we care. Oh, clearly checking almost all our range in this board. In this point. Checks back. A lot of small bets. I think, if I'm not mistaken, like tiny bets are optimal play here. It's the same thing. I think we just bet small. Ace high. Yeah. Okay, we were targeting that. I mean, it's gonna be hard for him to call. That's exactly. Yeah, it certainly is. Yeah, I'm very guilty of neglecting that myself. Not really. I mean, I'm aware of it. I'm aware of position, but it actually in 6 max, it's well, you still have to be aware of it. It's gets all convoluted. And I usually only sadly I only notice my position after I've made my decision, which is weird. But it really should be the first thing I'm factoring. I think I should have overbetted that pot. I don't like the way I played that one. Deuces. Deuces are actually a fold, even if I was the first one in the pot. Deuces are a fold there. Interesting. But we're really playing 3+. We're only adding deuces from the button. But yeah, I mean, it makes obvious sense when you're playing a game of incomplete information. To have the more information you have, the better off you are. Yeah, 9-10 suited is a raise, almost always. Oh, this guy is playing a lot. Calling. Looks like we have a new nemesis in Billick over here. Playing about 50% of hands. Why? You 3-bet me there. Squeeze, I'm calling. Calling in the squeeze. Exactly. I know you're coming along. Interesting. It checks. I'm checking. Why do you raise and then check on this board? What do you raise and check on this board? Now you got called by 2 people, but what are you raising and then checking on this board? I don't... Okay. We get calls. We still have backdoor options here. That's not good. I don't really have. Oh, we're gonna rep something interesting here. I don't really have many other ways to win this spot, so. And if we do get called, we have the jack outs. Windows or 10-9 might be good. There it is. It's good to see that I'm actually capable of playing a slightly different style than usual. I don't know that would... It just didn't make sense. It just didn't make sense. I mean, not so much. The same table here, yeah. Ariel over here looked so much like he's on a heart draw. I mean, I couldn't really think of anything else like that would make sense for him to call there. And then this guy, like, he 3-bets pre-flop, checks on the, like, doesn't c-bet, and then doesn't check raise. I mean, I don't know. Ace King, possibly. I mean, it's a queen on the board, so he can't have Ace Queen. Ace King, 10, something like that. Like, I don't know what. Jacks, maybe. What most Jack to be? Yeah, that makes sense. Jacks, 10s. But I blocked 10, so Jack doesn't make sense that he had that. Definitely Jack seemed like a possibility there. Ace King is a possibility too. He could very easily have Ace King. I'm not blocking. No, it's nothing. Okay, I'm not blocking any of the big hands. But that board did kind of hit in any kind of range. And then if you discount Ariel over here and you figure this guy's on air, it kind of only made sense. Any hand that connected, he should be check raising on the flop. So, as long as my read on this guy playing on a draw, which didn't come in, coming over the top on the block bet just made more sense. So. Now it gets like scary when I do stuff like this because I'm thinking about poker while I'm playing, which is not always what I'm doing when I'm playing. This is last night's conversation with has kind of got me back in the mode of thinking about technical poker and realizing that I can nail some things down a little bit. How was your day go? Did you play your micro tournament still going on? Or did you simply continue to crush at your usual 150 big blind rate? Yeah, you said you were up like 150 big blinds, but you were playing some micro tournaments. They said you had a micro tournament series going on. Alright. So yeah. Those are the adjustments we are working on in our game. And we would like to have that move there. And like I said, it's comforting to see that I could still pull out a little different style of play. Yeah, that's awesome. Played an hour. You are running hot this week. I am glad that someone in this live stream is running hot this week. That's pretty sweet. I am clearly not. But again, that's the whole point of playing at the micros. I don't have to sweat running hot. have been hitting a downswing, any of that. I can just kind of play and enjoy the process, and occasionally have a really nice night of chatting and discussion, like last night, where I pick up some information. I get motivated by the enthusiasm of another person in chat, and I go back and come out and pull out some pretty ballsy bluffs, which always makes me happy. Nothing better than ballsy bluffs. Here we're not bluffing. Over here we just called. I'm just gonna call. We're gonna under rep our hand. Over here we flopped half the world. We're gonna be raising. Yeah. We can peel the card. We really can't win. Unless we bet, we'll put up the small bet. And we take it down. There we go. Aggression's paying off. Alright, we're checking again here. We're really under-repped. Ugh. We block ace 10. We don't block any of the two pairs, so I think we're just check call mode. See what kind of price he puts out. He's just gonna take it down. 4 fours. Oh, he wasn't. Yeah, we weren't getting another penny out of that hand. Yeah, well, they are certainly turning my mood around when I put them into practice. Have faith in the system, and I'm seeing some fun poker. Right? Even if I don't fully understand the concepts, it's kind of neat to just, you know, throw a little caution to the wind, put a little faith in it, and test them out, and you know, adding them to what I already knew. It seems to be doing well when I'm able to focus on actually playing the poker. I don't know why I keep calling it the poker, because I think it should just have an indefinite article on it or something. But yeah, so as I understand it, well, yeah, aggression is difficult. I agree. I generally, it's weird. I don't find it difficult to be aggressive per se. I tend to find it, I tend to find it hard to be aggressive when I'm not so much about like an initial buy-in, or when I'm down a little bit. Like, that's easy, you can kick up the aggression there. But it's when you had a little bit of a win going and you don't want to you don't want to give back what you've already gotten. I think that tends to be the trickiest part, is when you've kind of got something and you don't want to miss out by losing it. You want to keep what you have. But again, I mean, isn't that the same kind of psychological strategy that's implemented with like free offers, where they give you a month free and then they figure it's a lot harder for you to give up something that you've had than it would be to convince you to buy something in the first place? I think it's kind of neat that it works that way in poker too, where you're more likely to kind of hold on to something that you don't really need because you were given like all these subscription services that give you like 90 days free. I mean, they're not obviously doing it out of the kindness of their hearts, so it's an interesting strategy that people psychologically, once they have something, they're really loath to not have it. So I think that, especially like when I play poker, is kind of the trap I fall into. I don't want to make that move when I'm up, because it's that psychological fear of losing what I already have. Which is ironic, because one of the things in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that, you know, my instructor likes to talk about all the time is the idea of trapping monkeys. I know it sounds completely off the rails, but he has the idea is there's a story about if you want to catch a monkey, you'll put like a nut in a jar that is just big enough for the hand to come in if it's open, but not big enough for get their hand out when they close it. Because once they get a hold of whatever's in the jar that they want, they'll struggle and pull to try to get it out, but they'll never just let it go. So I think that's where I run into the aggression issues in poker. I tend to kind of lock up wins and then kind of get paralyzed and afraid of losing what I already have, when the correct decision would be to just play fundamentally sound poker. You know, the reason he tells that story is in jiu-jitsu. I think that definitely translates, because a lot of times in like grappling arts and grappling styles, when you're trying to use the opponent against them, people will sometimes grab, or we have this concept of grips where they're grabbing onto the collars and lapels and trying to choke you and stuff. And once they get a hold of that grip, you can almost always count on it that they are not going to let go. So knowing that, you can turn what they perceive as an advantage, that ability to not let go, or that determination to not let go, into a disadvantage, because through using leverage and other strategies, you can actually turn that grip to your advantage. So we do that a lot. It's one of the major things I do a lot of times in my game too, because I play a really guard-oriented style, which involves a lot of my opponent, like, and my legs being pulled into play. So a lot of times when they grab a hold of something, I tend to make it so that they don't, that when they grab a hold of my leg, I'm able to grab a hold of their sleeve and play that way. But I think that's actually an interesting point you bring up. Like, I'm thinking about it here. Like, you would think, technically, that building up a stack actually would be the time when you can start to leverage that stack to put pressure and force bad decisions. The question is now you got to develop all the strategies and tactics of leverage and pressure. Again, just like in jiu-jitsu, which I equate almost everything in my world to. You got to be able to leverage that pressure so that you are able to you're able to force the person to make a bad decision. In other words, you give them an input that they don't properly know how to handle, which will create an output which you could use to your advantage. 10 areas, 2 donk bets, 10 high board. If overs, he's donking out. Got a piece of that. I don't know what I'm confused. I'm confused by the donk bet, so when I'm confused, I'm just not going to make more mistakes, I think. I think we're going to reset, and we'll play the game all over again. So, I wonder if I actually... That would be kind of interesting. I want to see if I can pull something up. I don't even know where I have it. So, that would be strange. Do this. No, what? That's not what I want to do. Why is everything so complicated? Why can't people just let me do what I want to do when I want to do it? There we go. I hate interfaces. Fold. Really bad fold. I'll fold that. Other position. Alright, do I have it here? I think I might. Hold on. I promise I'm doing something. I just don't know what yet. There it is. Ugh. So, for the interest of nobody but me, I am trying to do something. See if I can get this to work. There we go. Let's make this full screen. Oh, pause. We can do that. This is weird. Doesn't work. Hold on. I'm thinking of something, and I'm trying to do it, and it's not working. And it's getting annoying. Let's maximize this. Pause. You're hearing stuff, but it ain't coming through. What do I do? Ace 3 in the blind. Calling another suit of ace 3. We're getting back to that. Get back to that soon enough. Well, that's terrible. How did I get folded here? I don't even know what happened. All kinds of confused. Anyway. All kinds of confused. Playing with stream stuff. Fun. Because we know what we're doing. Oh, 7 deuce, our least favorite hand. We'll do that. We'll do this. We'll do that. Done. Perfect. We kind of come up over here. We're just kind of randomly playing around, figuring this out because I wanted to show something. But I didn't exactly know how to do it because I talk about this a lot. And now we can kind of figure out how to make this look right. Yeah, it works better. That's fine. Apologize for the video quality on this, but well, I'll play a little bit here. Let's go over to, let's do that as table 3. Or we have it set up on, what is this? Yeah, we have it set up. Oh. King 5 is a fold. King 5 is a fold. Gotta set up. Right. No, it moved. I'll just do it this way. Fold. Table to be fold. Queen 5. Even from here, we are folding this because it's not that dual. Alright, so we're cool. Alright, I think we got it set up right. Now it seems to be working. I don't know why it wasn't working before. We fold on a King 5 part. So, nothing is going on here with these tables. So this is, as I said, I kind of equate everything to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So, this is just a random... Why is it doing that? Table 3. I don't know what happened here. Somehow I messed up everything. Yes, I am definitely more selective in my hands. I am following the charts. I am following the charts. Oh, that's why I did that. We set up table 2 this way. Ah, I see what happens. Let me just get rid of this. There we go. Ah, that's why we're messed up. Couldn't figure out what table I set up. There we go. Not so selective that we can't flop sets. Oh, and we get bet into, well, we're not letting you go anywhere. We're setting up a jam. Setting up the jam. Too early for the jam? Okay, let's min raise here. Setting up the jam. It's min raise? You're gonna call? Yeah, we're calling. Okay, cool. So we're all in, because why not? And there it is. He took him down. Selective is good. We're happy with that. Now we're actually playing well. I mean, it is semi-easy when you flop a set and the guy's just priming you. It's just there. Down 5%. I'm not sure what you mean by down 5%. Oh, did I not switch my table over? Was that me being stupid? Oh, I'm sorry. God damn it. I'm doing a bunch of randomness. I keep thinking because I was editing something and it didn't work out. Alright, let's get off this editor screen because now we're just messing up everything. We checked there, we checked there. We just limped this spot, so, well, now we're betting it. Kind of screwed this all up. I flopped a set. The guy just kept bombing into me. We got it all in we got it all in basically on the turn, and he was trying to bluff the whole way. You min raise me. What is this? What is this min raise? I block everything. Oh yeah, you're right. I've definitely tightened up. You're right. I have really moved into this kind of tight regular mode. But that does make sense because I think these GTO charts, these implemental charts, tend to be a little bit on the tighter side. So I think they're showing, yeah. I mean, they're showing from like if you just look at it, like an average. It looks like an average of around. I'm actually a little light, but I think they I don't know that they considered that part of like. I think they're trying to be a little bit on the tighter side, make it easier. Oh, this is telling me what? I played aggressive and I played badly after the flop. Oh, screw. Silly HUD. Don't be telling me that stuff. You can't ruin my good session by telling me actual facts. Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, it kind of sounds silly, but it's remarkable. Yeah, we're playing from the button on this. It is remarkable that if you play like actual strategy, like a fundamentally sound poker, that you actually should see solid results. Call on the button with this. Force? Yeah, not. No, actually. No, I don't call here with this. Weird. Alright, we'll trust the charts. They're working. I'm doing. Oh yeah, good point. I should do that. Hold on. Let's actually do that in 1 second. So because we're playing a raise here. Yeah, we'll get some. I want to see positive green stuff. That's weird. So update chart. Update chart. Here we go. We're showing a little bit of an upswing. Actually, show a pretty nice little. There we go. That's a market correction we want to see. We get 3-bet with the ace jack we're calling. Oh, we don't really hit. Oh, we check here. Check. And we can easily let it go if he decides to c-bet. He c-bet too big. I can't call that. See, that's the other. I think that's the other advantage of potentially having those small c-bets. Is that like on a c-bet like that one right there where I have ace jack, like if he c-bets like a quarter pot, I'm gonna float that, and if he has any part of the board, he has a lot of equity against me, so he's actually making me make a slight mistake that will profit him what, a 1.5 blinds, which will add up over time. I have got to go grab a drink real quick, so we're actually on the button there, so let's move that on. we're actually in the middle of the hand here. What we're gonna do, I think, rather than go to break, I have an idea. So let's switch this off. Let's switch this on. And I can show you what I actually mean by Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, because this is actually a quick little match. I'm in blue. So I think this should play in a second. Possibly. It's playing over here. Why isn't it playing here? Okay, what are you doing? Hold on. You should be playing. Hold on. So, the graphics capture is done. Are you gonna play? You gonna play when I play? What should play? That should play. Let's refresh it. I don't know. I thought this would work. Don't know why it's not. Alright, well, we were going to try that. But apparently it's not going to work. It's very strange. One of these days, I will figure out all this stuff. Does it work over here? No, doesn't want to work. I don't know what's going on with that. Oh well. It was a shot. It was a shot. Streaming is interesting. Alright, well, I just need to take a break, grab a drink. I will be right back.
This is for you and all the things that we've been through. I know you're wrong about the last time that we ever spoke aloud. Don't let your own advice, don't let them own you always. You know you're right, that's why you run away. Two things we couldn't be together now, but not lonely. All I have is much better when you look at it plainly. Some of the parts only built one mess, and we're still here, unclear of what we were. Fall high November, we will remember the sound. Do you hear it now? Is it ever gonna be loud enough or January? We built more to every for what we were. We will remember falling down.
Now I'm on refocus, stupid king. You can do it. Now we have a drink. Now we're feeling better. We're back. Freshly caffeinated. Yeah, we'll wait for the big blind there. We'll take it to the next one over here. So we'll get back at it as we're clearly playing better today. We're going to keep this going. I don't understand why that didn't work. It's so weird. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm going to figure out how to do more multimedia elements because that is fun. Jack 9. We are going to not play that. fold. As again, oh, we get the charts up. So we know what we're doing, and we play better and make better pre-flop decisions. Ace jack. We know what to do with that. We won't even consult. We don't even need to consult. We don't have to be that selective to know that we were going to raise with ace jack. And again, there's our little tiny bets. Tiny bet, tiny C bets. Buy a free card, that's fine. Oh, we hit the jack. $91, he overbets the pot. Calls. Checks. 4-5. Bluffing? Oh, he's got it. And as a general rule, they don't bluff at these stakes. So we're gonna fold. Make the tough laydown. Hit the hand we were looking for, and then have to lay it down. But again, they're rarely bluffing. And sure, maybe we get bluffed out of pots we could have won, but I think more often than not, they're not bluffing. We're gonna take a bath on it. No reason for that. Reason to take a bath when we know we are probably beat. That doesn't make a lot of sense. So, we're doing alright though. We are not unhappy with how it's going. And deuce. I don't. We can clearly fold. Meanwhile, we like big hands. We like big hands. Oh, not now. Not tonight. We're doing so well. Hold on. You gotta give me a second. I promised you I would open up a 1 cent, 2 cent table. I know I promised. I know I promised. I'll do it. I will do it just for you. Let me go find one. Give me a second. We're gonna play your game tonight. Just cause we think it'll be fun. I don't know why I indulge you. Let's go over here where we can find a nice table where we can piss off the nice people by playing like a complete maniac. How's that? Sound good? Oh, yeah, here we go. Hold on, I'm gonna get this pulled up for you, Mr. Beast. This thing, whatever, whoever you are. We're gonna do this because I said I would. Hold on. We're at Williamsburg. Hold on, let me get this pulled up here. Hold on, I know how to do this. Hold on, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Here we go. We got a nice $2 table just for you. Wait, I don't, that's not cool. Alright, they didn't let me. I would have done it, but I thought you were supposed to have a feeling. You have a feeling? Alright, you said all in the first one. Here's your $2. Here's your chance to, I'm making good on. There we go. We're getting called by the 80 cents. We might not be broke if this guy doesn't call. There we go. Kings. Oh, your feelings are terrible. Well, if a 5 or a 4 falls, your feelings aren't working here. Nah, it's no good. But I kept my end of the bargain for you. What do you think of this one here? Alright, like, I'm not getting any information from him. I don't think he has a feeling. The father is not speaking to me tonight, so we're just gonna raise and play our standard game till I hear from him again. This is our standard idea. Betting. Aw, don't feel. You have not failed me. You have not failed me, not in the least. You provided immense entertainment for me. Look at that. We won. Look, we won. We won the pot. Don't worry, Father. I'm never upset with you. Just when you have a feeling, you let me know. How's that? I'm never upset. Oh, honestly, the lulls, just for the lulls, it's worth it. The $2. I'm paying you for the privilege of your company. It's fine. That is more than you have more than made up for the 70 cents I am down because of your feelings. So don't feel bad about yourself. Don't let it shake your confidence. If I let losses shake my confidence, I would have quit this game a long time ago. Have you seen that green chart in the corner of the screen? I don't know about that, but I certainly enjoy when people come and interact around here. I think it's fun. Well, if you think that's true, just make sure you tell all your friends so they can follow me as well, as we can start to build a little fun community of hopefully not all Mr. Beast. It's okay. I've thought I've had feelings too and they've failed me. It's all good. Especially in this game. Wow, your faith is highly shakeable. I don't know about that. I think you need to have a little more confidence in yourself, sir. This character is seems like this character should have a little more faith in itself. Like, just gonna check that out. Over. Meanwhile, so you brought me to a good table. We hit like a set here. Nothing wrong with that. We got a full house. We got the. Oh, always question reality. It's good to question reality. We're on the right track. We're getting called all the way down here. Look, we're all in. See, look, your feelings are back. Look, I'll reaffirm your feeling. I'll just move in. Just make it easy. He's gonna call with his King 9. For the record, now I'm actually questioning reality because I have no idea what just happened there. Hear me out. I got you. I'm listening. You've got nothing but my attention. Trust me. I hope everybody else is enjoying this as much as I am. I'm calling here because why not? In 6, okay. We can play this game. It's $2. Oh, that's did him dirty. We did it. You're feeling. See, you're back. You're back. I moved in just so you could go on with. I just opened that table. You have your table. We just won. We're up. We're good. You don't have to question your reality. You did redeem yourself. Father, it's all good. I have faith in you, even if you have lost faith in yourself. If you're having this Garden of Gethsemane moment, it's okay. I got you. I'm happy with you. I'm happy with the results we're seeing. You are perfectly good. There's no reason. I am trusting you. I did trust you. Look. You have to remember, I'm a new disciple to the religion of the MB. I don't have a lot of faith and experience. You gotta let me grow into it here. I mean, I thought it would be enough to show you my devotion by opening up this table. And look, we're up. We're almost up an entire buy-in in so little time. That doesn't happen. Alright, so now, hold on, let me think here. 8, so we're gonna call. Oh, look, and then we're flopping sets. Like, even my little bit of faith is being rewarded. Yes, you can donate if you would like to. I would never stop you. What are we doing? We're gonna go big bet here. That's our move. 7-9 doesn't seem possible. We're all in. Ugh, set over set. That's rough. Oh, what are you gonna do? Okay. Thanks, Mr. Beast. Have a good night. Oh well, what are you gonna do there? Close that down. What we're gonna do? Set over set. Not much you can do with that one. The sets don't get any easier to play, do they? Oh, dude, you gotta be kidding me. Well, let's just check it down. No win there for me. Yep, I had you. Oh, took a big hit on that one. That's brutal. But we're never getting away from that. Oh well. Well, at least if we're gonna lose, I would rather lose taking it from some coolers than just getting beat. Coolers are coolers. They are what they are. We're playing well, just getting coolered. Can't believe that. Why does it have to be the cooler? Cut off is a raise. Cut off is actually a raise here. Get right back on the horse. I'm going to shake this off. I am. That'll help. Now the question is there absolutely any way I can make money on this hand? Probably not. We can just bet tiny. Have a jab. Oh well. And look at me, I'm complaining about flopping quads. That's unfortunately, like, it's really difficult to, ace 10 off is a limp. According to the charts, ace 10 off is a limp. That's interesting, actually. I guess it's strong enough to take a flop against most things. I mean, at least we're drilling hands. Easy way to get our c-bet percentage up. 6-7 on the button. 7-4, 7-6 suited is actually not. We're not a call though. In position on the button, which is hijack. 7-8, but not 6-7. So 7-8 suited there would be a call, but 7-8, 6-7 is not. Interesting. Bold. I find that rather interesting. That's rough. I keep saying that's rough, and I keep saying I'm going to shake it off. But sometimes it's a little more difficult than you think. But again, we just go back to our little fun charts. Any suited ace is actually a raise from this position. So we do that. And we trust in the system, and we keep moving forward, and we don't worry about when we made good decisions that didn't work out. Much like in life, it's hard. You can't be so result oriented that you get all bummed out by a good decision. And sometimes you're just going to get hit by unforeseen circumstances in life, and I think related that to poker, I mean, set over set is kind of an unforeseen circumstance. You don't expect it to happen all that often. So when it does happen, you take it and you realize that it's one of those rare occurrences that there's nothing you can do about, and you move forward. Yeah, exactly. No, I agree. I got coolered. I know that. But it does kick in that interesting part of your brain that when something bad happens, you start analyzing it and going, is there anything I could have done to avoid that bad thing happening to me? And I think, unfortunately, the reality of a cooler and, like, in those unforeseen, even just in life in general, that, no, you probably didn't do anything wrong. Probably with zero you could have done to avoid that. It just ended up being the way it was. We'll call here. And then we flop this ace-queen on this really, really scary board. It's a very scary board. We're going to donk into it a bit. Alright. Not as scary. Proceed with caution. What? Nah, we got one pair. Not sure what's going on there. He didn't go in. That's a win in my book. Yeah. I agree. I don't know. I think I played the hand about as well as I could have played the hand. I set up my river shove exactly what I wanted. I got exactly what I was trying to accomplish. It's just I didn't realize that what I was trying to accomplish was going to end up not being exactly what I expected. Again, a lot of parables to life in that one. Yeah, I think it was a good fold too. I just don't know. It just screams straight set something. It doesn't seem to. I mean, when you think about it, I got a marginal made hand there, and he's just showing extreme aggression. So I think I am happy with my folding in that scenario. We're not gonna argue. Why am I weird? Alright, hold on. I think I can call in position here. Not exactly playing standard, but we will continue with our strategy of raising our premiums. There would be absolutely no reason to change that strategy. 3-bet with jacks, we call. We flop the overs. This gets scary. And not particularly fun. But 3-bet, and then he checks to us. Checking him, capping his range there. That's ugly. Over here we face this ugly raise. We're going with the big bet. There it is. Alright, that's the way we're playing this today. Over here we are folding. We are playing aggressive poker as fundamentally sound as we know how to. Where are you supposed to be? Oh, you're supposed to go that way. There we go. We just moved you over a little. Really? You're gonna kind of click me up like that? Alright. Let's see how. And you're gonna donk out, but I have a king. Now I have kings and sixes. I'm gonna check. I got a marginal made hand. Now we're good. We're gonna go for some thin value. Alright, thin, but we're gonna go for value. Something he can call, even just to look us up because he's curious. Thinking about it. We don't want to see as a re-raise. Well, we're not worried about that, but that's not a bad price for us. Got 6, got 6. Now ace queen. There it is. Exactly the result we're looking for. Exactly how we want to see that play out. Target a weak player with good bet sizing. That's exactly the kind of thing we want to see. So it's nice. I actually think I'm playing better poker tonight. So, short of the 2 coolers I've had, this has been a pretty productive night. Folding there, we're folding there. Ace 9, the small blind, what is that? Ace 9 off is generally a limp versus the big blind. I'm assuming it's a fold versus just about anything else. Yeah, we wouldn't even see that. You know, out of position, we don't even see that in the small blind, so we just fold. We don't even see that anywhere on the charts in the small blind, so we just fold that one. But this is the kind of stuff that actually gets me really more invested in the game. Is all the sorry, just lighting here. All the levels of thinking, like the fact that you're gonna think about kind of. I find it fascinating to the degree of leveling you can think about here. Some of the big blinds. What do we got? No position. Let's see. Our 8-10 suited. 8 suited. Simply all. And I'll fold that there. Not really deviating from the chart because I just don't know. Probably should have been a call. I think it was a call in most spots, but I mean, all things considered, we're not going to hate the fact that we didn't call with the 8-10 suited here when we had a raise and a call in front of us. Folding is the more conservative play, even though technically the charts call for a cold call, but we're picking that spot to deviate a little bit. We're picking that spot to deviate, and that's not a bad thing. Sometimes we're just making deviations based on mood. Nothing more than mood. We don't want to be emotional players. We don't want to make decisions purely on emotion. But sometimes we can let emotion guide our intuition, and use that to feed our intellectual decisions. I mean, even as a general principle for life. I mean, we don't want to be ruled purely by emotion, but we certainly don't want to discount emotional intelligence as a way of thinking about things. And that's particularly telling coming from a dude, because we are historically known for not having the highest level of emotional intelligence. But, because, you know, how are you feeling? I don't know. What did you do today? I don't know. Nothing. So, and the reality is most of the time, when you ask us how we're feeling, we just don't know. To us, there's only one emotion, you know? It's like, we don't recognize the shades and the hues. Checked here. I checked this. I think they're pretty nice draws, so I think we're going to be check calling. Click calling. Now we're really kind of all over the place. We're going to check. We want to see a turn. I think we can really bet. Yeah, we can kind of. What are we targeting? Not much we can. Yeah, we can just check. I don't think he has much, but I don't see what betting accomplishes in this spot. Yeah, exactly. Like, he can't really call there with a queen. And we're just asking to be re-raised, so I don't see why would we do anything but check that back. Take our win. We did turn the world though, so that's always fun. We would like to get some of our money back, so we probably could have put a little bet up there. Taking a blind or two back. Alright, button, raise first in, the button, raise first in. Clearly this is a raise, because all suited aces are a raise. First in from all the way from, except for ace 2 suited in the low jack. And we flop it pretty nice. We flop pretty nicely there. We continue with our small C bets. And we take it down again. So, right now, I'm actually curious to see if we've actually increased our C-bet percentage. We have. We've brought our C-bet percentage around 60%. I wonder what it is for this session, because I imagine it's really freaking high. Let me see if I can pull that up. Let's go to the session. This is today, I think. Right? 130, 130, yeah. Yeah, this one. 3-bet, where is it? Yeah, we're well up at our C-bet percentage right now. We are C-betting around 90% of the time. That's cool. I think that's this session. What do I know? Sounds weird. Oh no, that would be, I think that one's counting after this one, so I think that one kind of counted after midnight, maybe? I don't know, I can't tell. But either way, it looks like, I mean, the last 3 sessions I see here are C-bets of 75, 70, and 83%, so I think overall we have accomplished our mission of upping our C-bet percentage, if not overcompensating. by c-betting a little too much. But we're not going to complain because that was the goal. And we're basically, I mean, in all fairness, this session, we're basically down the cooler. Like, we're down whatever the pot was for that cooler. Like, basically, we're down the cooler pot. So, short of situations we had no control over, we're actually playing exceptionally well. Ace 4. So, this is an interesting one. So, Ace 4 offsuit is not a call, I don't think, on the button. No, none of it would be. It wouldn't even be coming close, but it wouldn't. It would be a raise. Looks like it would be a raise if we had gotten, if they didn't walk to us. So basically, yeah, even on the button, anything all the way Ace 4 is actually the cutoff for where we want to be raising. So here we're in the hijack. We have 9-8. 9-8 suited is actually a raise. 9-8 suited actually is a raise here according to the chart, so we're gonna raise it up. Play some post flop. No, we're not going to play some post flop. We were attempting to play some post flop. But, you know. And again, it's kind of, I mean, despite anything that's happening in poker today, it's going to be hard for me to consider this a bad day because, actually one of my best friends in the entire world, because by definition that's what a best friend is, actually got promoted today in jiu-jitsu. So he picked up his purple belt after after like 4 years of being a blue belt. So, which in jiu-jitsu there's not that many belts, I'm called. Not that many belts, so that's a pretty big accomplishment. We actually don't have, well, we have the overbet. It's so weird, right? The overbet is so weird. They don't know what to do with it. Cool. There's a strategy that you can look into that weird overbet. So yeah, so in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, there's literally, we have white, blue, purple, brown, and black as far as the belt ranks. They don't have quite as many as other systems, so it's a really big deal when you get promoted. And he's been struggling real hard at blue belt for about 4 years, and unfortunately, he landed at a school where my instructor is like, could honestly care less about promoting anybody, because he truly doesn't see the value in external gratification when it comes to jiu-jitsu. He wants it to be more of an intrinsic gratification. You know, you do it for the self-improvement. You compete against you don't compete for belt ranks. So he's notoriously slow for ranking up people and giving them belts. So, but my buddy Dan, he just since he's been able to come back, since they reopened after the virus and after COVID and everything, he's really kind of determined to just get good at jiu-jitsu and get better and improve his game and really work towards getting a promotion. I think he was just starting to feel like he was kind of getting left behind as people he's rolled with for years were getting promoted ahead of him. So for him to finally get a purple belt was like a huge relief for him tonight. And I was lucky enough to be there when he got promoted. And again, we never know ever when people are going to get promoted, so we have no idea. So it's kind of a crapshoot whether you're going to be there when they do, because it's not like a formal ceremony at my school. So that was a lot of fun to see him get promoted tonight. So all in all, like, I mean, I'm just kind of riding the coattails of his excitement. So today's been a great day. But yeah, in fact, the last time I got promoted, because I have a purple belt now. I've had it for about like 14 months now. And I've been doing jiu-jitsu for, I think it's like 5.5 years or so. But there's been a few injuries, so I think I've taken maybe like a year or so off with a knee injury. I guess I had a shoulder surgery at one point from a work-related injury, not jiu-jitsu related. And so I've been probably there a total of 4.5, 5 years or so. Like, if you calculate actual mat time. So when I got my purple belt, my instructor literally looked at me and goes, "I thought I already gave you one of these," and he just threw it at me. So as you can see, he doesn't always take belt promotions as seriously as his students sometimes would like him to, or actually they take it themselves when they're thinking about it. But so he got his purple belt today. He was happy. Like, him and another buddy of mine were all in kind of this Facebook group, which if ever saw the light of day, I'm pretty sure I would have a lot of explaining to do about what some of these pictures are there for. But so we were in that group, so a bunch of us were there when he got promoted, so it's kind of a cool ability to kind of celebrate and share that with him. So that was nice. Okay. This is one of those weird over Betty pot things. I don't know here. I have all the nut advantage, right? Like that pot? Oh, yeah. I think this is one of those spots. Oh, well, I'm just gonna make it one of those spots. Screw it. I think it's the spot. It's gonna be tough for him to call. Yeah, exactly. That is one of those spots. Alright, so I'm really liking that move particularly. That overbet on the turn when you have the nut advantage is really, really nice. Here. I think I'm actually going to check this flop because I can call it. He bets. He overbets. I don't want to be a spade, but I have a lot out. Now we can. Now. We're going to look to set up a barrel. Oh, he's just going to call. Just gonna call that quick, huh? Just gonna call that quick. Not even think about it. Good to know. Good to know when I hit my card and I was barreling. Alright, we got a bit back. Yeah, so that move right there has seemingly become somewhat indispensable in my game in the last, since it's kind of, I looked through it. I should probably look. Let me look that up. So yeah, that was one of the key kind of concepts that Jonathan Little, I know we were talking about it last night, that Jonathan Little was talking about in one of his webinars he gave for small cash game strategies. Let's better find that. Which honestly I think has been super helpful. Super helpful. It's gonna cool. Yeah, here it is right here. I'll pull this up real quick. Pause. Don't go through. Just go full screen here. Yeah, there's. Oh, let's go over here. Fold. We're folding over here. On the ace-8 board. So yeah, here's. I'm even gonna put it up here with his dumb face on there. That's just fun. Media capture. Random shit. And we're gonna go. Yeah. So here's the one I was talking about that's really been paying kind of dividends. It's this 3 lessons to increase your win rate cash game live webinar. John at Poker. What is this? I think it's just Jonathan Little's YouTube channel, but this actual lesson right here has been really, really good. Really good. It's a short. It's what? It's not a long, super long video, but well worth watching if you're interested at all, or if you're curious about why all of a sudden. I mean, the video itself is probably only about a half hour, and you can skip through a lot of it because, I mean, you just watch it in chunks because again, it's one of those three tip kind of videos. But even just digesting one chunk at a time. But yeah, that's that move. I didn't have that. Like nut advantage, scary board, 120% pot bet on the turn and setting up river barrels. I didn't have that move really until a couple days ago. So, and I think I pulled it off a few times even last night. And here it's just combining that with more aggressive c-betting and a little more fundamentally sound pre-flop. I'm really kind of happy with the way I'm playing and the way the results. Again, minus the couple coolers I've had. One of which was already reimbursed by Emerald, so we got our backer to kind of subsidize one little loss, but so yeah. You minus that out, I'm still, even with the cooler, I'm still only like 0.25 big blinds per 100 down. So it's not bad. So we've had actually a pretty successful night with these stakes, doing that little bit of adjustment that we've made. And after that conversation last night where we talked about, which was really awesome, that that he took the time to like take a look and analyze the stream and look at my game and see some obvious leaks that jumped out to him, and we were able to kind of figure that out and almost instantaneously implement it tonight. So that was cool. I actually really, really appreciated that. And again, it also reminded me of how much more there is to learn about poker. So I can kind of overcome that nice Dunning-Kruger effect. Not think I know what I don't know, or realize how much I don't know, so that I'm fully aware of what I do actually know. Because that's the only way really to have a realistic self understanding, is not only to realize what you know, but also realize what you don't know and how much there is to know. I think without those two additional metrics, like, you're never going to be able to give yourself an accurate self-assessment of basically anything in life, but particularly any kind of skill endeavor or pursuit. I think a lot of times Dunning-Kruger, that Dunning-Kruger effect, where people have a tendency to simplify. People have a tendency to overvalue how much they know about a subject once they learn a little bit about it. Which is kind of that phenomenon we all see when someone really gets into something new, and they're all they want to talk about for the first 6 months is that new thing, because but as they learn more and more about it, like, they tend to taper that. We are low jack, high jack. All suited aces are a raise, according to charts. 9-7 in the big blind. If we do get raised, we're playing against the small blind. So he raises us. Big blind versus blind. Big blind versus small blind raise. 9-7 suited is a call. So 9-7 suited here is a call. Over here, we are clearly doing our standard c-bet, because that's a pretty favorable flop for our hand. We get the fold, we're happy. 9-7, we flop a pair and a flush board. We c-bets. Have the 7, we'll take 1. Now we pair in the flush draw. Throw the pair. Flush draw. Back and straight. Yep. We're gonna clearly call. Now we hit the flush. Now we hit the backdoor flush. On a paired board. Question becomes, if he bets, do we raise it? What do we get called by here? Kings. I think we don't know as much value in raising here. We just call. Yeah, 9-7. Yeah, I didn't think the 7 can't really call a raise. I don't think anything else can really withstand the raise. I think if we raise, we'll only get called by better. So I think that's probably best. I think that's probably best. Nice. It is nice to see numbers that are above our original buy-in for a change. That I will say. That I definitely will say. It's nice to see numbers above our buy-in. So many users. I see a lot of users in chat. Hi all. Hope you're all having great nights. I don't know how all this stuff works, but I am just talking and playing poker. And I hope everybody out there is at least tolerating my conversation, if not enjoying it. But it's nice to have you around. It's nice to talk. Feel free to say hi. I appreciate it. I did fight back after a cooler. Yes. No. The risk of having an ego. I'm very proud of myself for buckling down. And I don't like it. For buckling down and coming back. Setting myself up for the next cooler. So that the next one is big as well. Nah, it's all good. This is all about entertainment and fun. We are not expecting to get rich playing at these stakes. We are just expecting to get better. And I am trying to learn. Maybe in the meantime, pontificate about random subjects that come across my mind to the benefit of no one, everyone, and anything in between. Because I, in general, am not afraid to say I do not mind pontificating. Ask anyone that goes to my Friday night jiu-jitsu class. I am clearly not afraid to pontificate about my thoughts on a subject, fully acknowledging that I may or may not be right at any time. So, if I do say something that someone disagrees with, just know they are my thoughts and my thoughts alone, and I place no judgment on whether you agree with, believe differently, or anything like that, as long as the person I am talking to is engaging in an honest and earnest conversation and has motives and intentions to just communicate. One thing I think we could use in this world a little more is giving us, I think I said last night, is giving people the benefit of the doubt that they have a reason for why they believe things, or that they don't have a reason, and that if that is the case, the best way to persuade them to your side is to be able to provide your reasoning, not your judgment on why you think their ideas are wrong or they're a horrible person. Because quite frankly, if we thought about everything we've done in this world, it's kind of hard to come to the assessment that we're great people ourselves all the time. Oh, or maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just horribly evil and dark inside, and I project that onto the world and everybody else. So my worldview is skewed by my own self-assessment. But I don't think that's quite the case. And over here, oh look, I'm not the only one who gets set overset. And that was a much bigger pot than I lost, so now I can indulge in a little Schadenfreude, where I am just happy about the misery of someone else who lost more than me. 10-8 in the... What is this technically now? We get raised. Let's see. Out of position. Cut off. 10-8. Does it even show up anywhere? No, we're nowhere near that. We can fold confidently knowing that that is not anywhere on any of our charts. Oh. Oh yeah, actually today was another good day because I had a lot of stress relief because we have this bidding process at work that happens every time there's a new contract or some of the accounts that we service get changed around or there's a drastic sales reconfiguration or just in general. But it doesn't happen all that often, and this is like the first one we've had in about 4 years because we just ratified a new union contract at my job. So, hold on, cut off here. What do we got? Threes are erased in the cutoff. They are the only thing we wouldn't be raising here on the cutoff would be pocket twos. Any pocket pair and up, we would be raising. Plus a few suited connectors and ace 7, ace 8 off, all the way down to king 2 suited. The question is, out of position, do we call a 3-bet with our threes? Well, this makes it a little less complicated because now we're calling 48 cents to win $1.81 in the pot. So I think we're getting the correct. It's gotta be 8-1. Like, will we see 8-1? They're not super deep, but they're deep enough. It's just kind of one of those weird marginal spots. I think I'm just gonna call and try to set mine. We don't hit, so it's irrelevant. We're going to be folding. Sorry, I'm not even showing you the right table here. So we had a raise, or we had, I raised 3-bet, call, and I call. I don't know that I can get a continuation bet through here, but I didn't. No 4-bet from him. Oh, this is interesting. No 4. You know what? I'm gonna continue the process of small c-bets. So we didn't get a 4-bet from him, so he's not super strong. We get through him, that's a good sign. Question is, can we get through him? Can we get through him? Yes! Alright, there we go. Sound logic. Faith in the small c-bet. So I don't know, Nicole. We're kind of... I think anecdotally I am slightly disproving your less c-bet theory here tonight. But also I'm using a much smaller size. I don't know what size c-bet. I don't know if you were here for the conversation last night when we were talking about c-bet sizing and... Yeah, oh, I know that. Again, I do have the range, but I only called the 3-bet. They should have the range advantage there. Right? Like... I shouldn't have. I mean, when I raise and he 3-bets, this guy over here should have a much stronger range to flat call, right? So my flat call like kind of weakens my range. Like I'm a lot wider than he is, so it's again. I don't know, it was a little iffy for me. I don't know, I'll have to think about that. And I'll take any analysis on my thinking, because I could very well be just completely off base, and everybody could go, no, clearly you c-bet there. No, I'm good, we'll figure it out. But, so yeah, that was the conversation we were talking about last night with the c-bets, but really kind of giving that 1/3, like that 30, you know, that 1/3 pot c-bet rather than the half pot. So, c-betting more, but for less money. And I think I don't know how that factors in to your experience on it, like the lower levels, but like the 1-2 cent tables, I think is right. So I don't know if that there's a significant difference or it's just a perceived difference. Because again, like I said, when I was thinking about it, I thought I was c-betting a pretty decent amount of time prior to like last night's conversation. And the reality is I was about 10%, 10 to 15% light. So something, I don't know, it might be something interesting to try to fiddle around with. But also, you know, it could be a player pool adjustment where like it's just not profiting. Oh, you are playing the same stakes I am. Oh, cool. Yeah. Why did I think... Am I just getting... Oh, I might be just confused because I was thinking... I don't know what I was thinking. So how many of my tables are you playing at while you stream snipe me? Okay. I don't care. Call my bluffs. It's cool. I won't take offense. I know, I was just kidding. I was not actually accusing you of that. Oh, Queen Jack, we call, Queen no raise. Checks, is there any profit in going for thin value? I do care. I'm just gonna check, I think. So many, yeah, King 10. Probably does call there. Yeah, I know you're on global. Yeah, so that's actually interesting. I mean, I'm like just fiddling it based on what was his name last night? I can't believe I forgot it. So cool, such a cool dude. I'm just playing based on that, and it seems really to have made a difference. Like, I mean, I'm c-betting my ass off. I don't think there's a flop that I haven't c-bet. I mean, very few, if any. And I really feel like I'm picking up a lot of extra blinds that way. It also could be table composition too, because I'm playing with some really tight-ish players here. So combining your theories of table selection and not just sticking around at ridiculously crazy tables and trying to battle against people who are maniacs. As you know, I picked up a couple nemesises along the way where I've really just kind of decided to go ego for ego with, but which is always fun. I mean, hey, there are many different reasons for playing poker. So, I don't know, I'm actually kind of enjoying this testing of theories. Playing it out that way and seeing how this works. But we're making the swing. The green line's going up again. We're rallying like I hope Bitcoin is. Is Bitcoin still rallying? Is Bitcoin still rallying? Please, Bitcoin still be rallying. Yeah, Bitcoin's at 37 still. All right, we're good. Yeah, Bitcoin still. We're rallying like Bitcoin. Yeah, that. But even at a 9-handed table, you find that there's, like, are you finding? You said you, like, are you finding that more players are seeing the flop? Is that like a thing? Like, are you seeing that there are a lot more players seeing the flop, so you're just having to make more calculations? Yeah, well, wet feet, cold feet, same difference. Once they get cold from the ice, they get wet from the melt. It's fine. I knew what you meant, but ace 9. Okay, button versus race. Button versus ace 9 suited does not factor in anywhere. Actually, let me just fold. Okay, makes it easy as we continue this conversation. So I don't know. Like at 9-handed, I just don't have. Honestly, they don't run a lot of 9-handed tables here. And when they do run, they fill up, so I'm just not finding spots. I'd rather play 9-handed. At least one 9-handed table, so I'm not playing. I don't know. Yeah, at least one 9-handed. So yeah, then I'm not, like I said, I'm only presenting. You know, I don't. Again, I think you're the best. You're clearly, you come on here on any night and you're clearly slowly chipping up. So I'm not trying to say anything. I'm just only presenting the anecdotal evidence that I'm seeing, and we're going through it together tonight. And I'm just trying to figure out. Basically, honestly, I'm just trying to talk out why is it working, because it doesn't seem like. What is this? 8-7 suited. It doesn't seem like it should be as effective as it is intuitively. So I'm really just kind of talking through my disbelief at the actual effectiveness of it. But so 8-7 off is obviously a fold, because 8-7 suited was a marginal call, like a marginal raise in the last hand. But so yeah, I'm really just trying to figure out, like, yeah, why is this working? What is the actual mechanism, without having to solve the equations that are required to really dig into game theory and all this stuff. Because, oh, let me tell you, I looked at some of those pages he recommended reading last night, and while I don't consider myself to be a completely dumb individual, that was some ridiculous math. That was some, like, my eyes are bleeding. Why are these equations 7 lines long? Little bets are good. Little bets are good. Little bets. When you're bluffing. Small bets more frequently. What has he got? I'm not checking because we got nothing. We'll just give up. We didn't say anything else. We're not telling any kind of story. Check it down. Ace 4. Yeah, he had a pair. Yeah, he wasn't going anywhere. He was straight. Yeah, he's straight. What? Why? Did he not know? Was he unaware of his straight? He didn't want to bet it? Okay. Yeah, no, and don't get me wrong, I think playing aggressively is difficult. And like I said, we talked earlier, like, I clearly know I have difficulty playing aggressively when I've got chips that I didn't have previously, because I don't want to lose it. So I'm very risk averse in general. Like, I'm not here playing because I want to, like, I get a high from the gamble. Except when Mr. Beast shows up and, you know, like, throwing up on a 1-2 table just to indulge his sensibilities is just kind of fun and silly, and I'll do that all day because that's just interesting. But in general, I'm pretty risk averse, so I don't know if I see what I'm playing as aggro, or I kind of tend to look at it as the higher, like, the actual less risky play. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's interesting that, like, we look at it as being more aggressive, but the reality is I'm actually just being more fundamentally sound based on my understanding of how the numbers work. So I'm actually taking less risk and getting better returns, which I think seems like a good deal to me. But it does require, like, it is changing up. Like I said, I've definitely changed my approach tonight, and the problem is if I can remember this approach going forward and not fall back into old habits, right? So if I can try to figure out how to make this approach kind of work a little better, or make it a more permanent approach. Meanwhile, this is a giant hand over here, kind of just randomly jamming the big pot. Battle Smurf is deciding what to do against a 4x river jam on a very confusing board. that will only get called if you're beat. Super high profit. Weird. Ain't that weird? But I'm sure people say that about me too when I put out these little dinky C bets and I overbet the turn. So that's cool. We all do our thing. Alright, so we're in the big blind again. We got a raise from what is. That is technically the lower, right? Yeah, there we go. And I have 10-9 of spades. 10-9 suited is a call, but against the 3-bet on the button, way out of position. And a second caller. So he calls, he raises, he calls, he 3-bets, I fold. I mean, I don't see, he raises, he calls, he 3-bets. Yeah, I'm folding there, I think. Is he gonna overcall? Again? Be interesting. Yeah, actually, I don't think I have 3. Why am I showing 0 3-bet percentage? That doesn't make sense. No, that doesn't make sense. I think somehow my stats get all kind of screwy when I switch them around. Because I know I've at least 3-bet once tonight. I guess what I mean. I have at least 3-bet one time, but it's showing like a 0% 3-bet. But I think in general, I think you're correct. I've definitely been a little more selective. What is going on? Why is my tables all messed up? They're showing nothing. I don't know what happened there. I wouldn't have folded. That would have been a raise. I don't know. Sometimes my HUDs get a little messy. So yeah. Like this, I think this is this session. 3-bet percentage around 5%. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I've been 3-betting a little less, but what is going on? The whole everything is opening up and going crazy. So yeah, I think I've
These are 10 things to
3-bet a little lighter, like a little less. But also, I think I'm getting a lot more folds to me in position. I think I've been in a lot of positions where I haven't had the opportunity to 3-bet either.
Don't order that. You're probably the last person in this room who needs any more carbs.
I don't think I've 4-bet at all. I just don't think I have. Ace first in, King 10. Yeah, that's our
Hey, you want to meet my parents next weekend?
10 suited is clearly a raise. Don't think too hard about that. See, like I said, there's a lot of raise that take it tonight.
I'm not racist, but
There's also been a lot of
you probably haven't heard of him.
yeah, like I've made a significant improvement here in this, like
Be right back.
significant improvement. Like you can see right here, it's kind of correlated with basically this red line.
Let me
A
tell you
lot of non-showdown,
financial troubles.
a lot of non-showdown type stuff going on. So I'm actually doing pretty well in my non-showdown hands.
Later, how many other guys from Tinder have you slept with?
Oh, actually, hey, nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. All right, man. Thanks again. I hope you were able to enjoy my pain and frustration and my successes.
Can I take this call? It's my ex.
We'll catch you next time.
Favorite type of music? Probably nerdcore.
Next time you're here, just drop a hi in chat so I know you're here. I can say hi to you. Oh, where we at? Yeah, we're going back in the right direction again. Deuce 9. Let's check the charts and see what we should do with this hand. Fold. The chart says fold. Unsurprisingly. Alright, so we do get a small blind idea here where the ace-9 off is to limp if we weren't raised. So we're raising, we're folding, but if it was folded to us, this is one of those situations. I know I think we talked last night about the limping in the small blind versus raising. And it looks like, you know, in this kind of this simplified GTO chart that I'm using from poker coaching here, it's a pretty good mix of about 25% of hands raising, and then 38% of hands limping, and then the other 37% are folding. So it's a pretty balanced mix of limping, raising, and folding. But here, one of those rare occasions where I actually can 3-bet. We're at 90. We're gonna actually bump that up. We want to be 3-betting, like we talked about last night. We want to be 3-betting about 3.5x at this level, because I was tending to 3-bet about 2.8, and that was not big enough. And woohoo! Anecdotally, we get the result we were looking for. Again, we're not placing all the evidence, all of our belief on the anecdotal evidence that we're getting from individual hands. But it was an interesting conversation we had last night, and seemings that dude likes math way more than I do. I am completely happy to let him interpret the math, be the expert, distill it down, and that way I can implement it. Much like our poker coaching, you know, implement GTO charts. I don't understand the math behind it. I just trust the people that do understand the math and then provided it for me to implement. So yeah, it's super cool that and again, yeah, I'm sad. This freaking my silly HUD keeps messing up with like tracking all the hands I played tonight, because I've played way more than 100 hands here in this session. So I don't know if I can do that. Maybe it's because I have it set like that. I don't know. I feel like I played way more than 100 hands, so I don't think those are accurate statistics here. But whatever. We'll look at it later. So our suited aces are all raises basically from all positions, except for ace-2 and the low jack. So ace-2 suited would be the only one we wouldn't be raising there. For those that are interested, even from that cut-off low jack, you know, 6-max low jack position here, we would not be raising. The ace-deuce would be the only suited ace we would not be raising. We are folding. We are clearly not interested in the pot here either. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Aww. He doesn't want to let us play, so we'll have to begrudgingly fold. Jack 10 in the small blind. So let's check a look at Jack 10 off strategy here. Again, Jack, this is one of those ones that falls into the limping category if it were to come to us. Here, I think without a position we are just folding that. Clearly here, we're raising our jacks, because you do with jacks. Now we get 3-bet. He's 3-betting an awful lot, I think. Looking at his stats, he's 3-betting light a lot. So I'm going to throw in the 4-bet here. We could step in it, but I mean, he is 3-betting about 15% of hands over a decent sample, so he's got to be 3-betting light a few once or twice here. So we're going to kind of try to exploit that. Just take it down without any muss or fuss. There we go. And then convince him to try to have a little more respect. And oh, we made him sit out. Made him really sad. He didn't like that. Like, now he's back. He recovered quickly though. Here we got jacks again. We're gonna raise. I didn't actually add that extra 5 cents for any particular reason. There's no reason I deviated away from my 25-cent usual open, but I'm just gonna throw that in. So I do get the call. Should be no surprise that we're going to bet our small little third of pot bet, because that's what we've been doing. Meanwhile, over here we do have ace king. We're gonna call under rep it. We got the win over there. We don't get anything over here. That's fine. We kind of limped it. It's fine. He's playing pretty aggressive. That's out 20. I think we can peel one. See what he does. I don't know how his post flop play is, so. I think my stats reset when I set out. That might be why. Now I think about it, because his stats are resetting too. Alright, we're gonna believe him. We'll choose to believe him there. We're not in for much. No emotional attachment to the small bet we throw out. Congratulations, buddy. You got an extra 20 cents out of the deal. Good for you. I'm smart. Well played. I am happy for you. Continue to do that, and you will do well. I'm gonna button raise. Sevens are actually a 3-bet here. So we're gonna do it. Sevens are actually a 3-bet in the small blind versus that button raise. So, following the charts. Alright, he puts the 4-bet in. Now we clear, well, 4-bet comes in, and we're gonna surrender it. Play smart. We took our shot. We wanted to call, but on the button, I think 2s, if we get to raise, are a raise. 2s are a raise. They're only a raise for the button. We're folding. He's playing pretty nutty, but that's okay. Easily fold there. No harm. No foul. We save ourselves a lot of trouble and a lot of misery when we inevitably avoid missing the flop, because there's a lot of flops that we would just not hit there. So we took our stab. Over here, ace queen is a raise. We just raise it up. Pretty straightforward. Don't have to look. We know that one's a raise. King 4 in the cutoff is interesting. King 4 I don't think is anywhere close. Actually, King 4 suited is a raise here. So King 4 suited is actually a raise from the cutoff. Okay, interesting. Ace queen. I get 3-bet. We just flat call with a suited ace. We flop about the world. We're gonna look to get money in here. The question is, do I raise? Or, I mean, I got overs. Yeah, I'm gonna raise. We're all in. Jacks. Need a spade. Nope. I had the world, missed it all. Oh well. That's alright, that's the end of the world. Move over here. Cost ourselves a big pot, but that's all right. That's what we're playing for.
Empires are built upon the ashes.
I mean, I couldn't have asked for much more on that flop, that's for sure.
Those doomed to fail, and
Check.
I've been trying to set free a ladder.
Oh, hate when we miss everything.
And there's the blackness inside me that's breaking through. But deep down,
Oof. Big hit to the stats. Big hit to the stats. We're all right.
forever blue, forever blue. My colors will release the bones again. I call
That would have been nice to win.
my colors will release the bones again. I'm going into all I could have been.
Would have been nice to win. What was that? Oh, wait, hold on. I can do that up again. Hold on.
You've made a monster out of me. Maybe it's all just chemistry.
$40 pot would have been so beautiful. Let's look this up. We'll do some instant analysis and review of that hand. Those are the ones we need to go our way, but sometimes they just don't. Look at his queen. Alright, so let's look at this. We had ace queen of spades. We had ace queen of spades. We had jack of spades. Ace queen. We call here. Is it a 3-bet? Kind of in the middle. Weird pot. Small bet. Doesn't look to hit anybody's real ranges here. Yeah, good. King 3 is a fold. Okay. On the button. King 3 suited is a raise. King 3 suited, according to the chart, King 3 suited is a raise. We call it. We raise it. Take it down. And we fold. So, what do we got here? So we had jack of spades, jack of hearts. We are 45. We are the flop. What was the flop? The flop. 3 of spades, 2 of hearts, 5 of spades. 3 of spades, 5 of spades, 2 of hearts. Yeah, we were a huge favorite. Okay, we feel better about ourselves now. But yeah, we flopped about the world there. We were actually on the flop, which is cool. When we got our money in, we were a 58% favorite. So 60-40 essentially. 9 of diamonds on the turn, and then he flipped it. So the turn flipped us, but if we were on the flop and we got our money in, we were 60% favorite. Okay, we're not gonna argue. We got our money in really good. I thought we would. I mean, I was pretty sure the odds were. I didn't think I wasn't ahead there, but it's always good to run it back and realize it. Doesn't take the sting out of losing $20, but we didn't want to see our green line go up anyway. We wanted to see our green line keep going down. Now we gotta make a little bit back. That's alright. We're good. But it is... Oh gosh, it's almost been almost 3 hours. Alright, now I think we'll play to our button and then we'll end the stream. Wish I could have ended on a much happier note, but all in all, it was a fun night. Played some good poker. Just kind of not getting in there right. We're still running ahead of variant. I mean, we're still kind of like big blinds per 100. We're basically flat, so we're neither winning nor losing. I think we're actually improving our game, so I think I'm improving my game, so I don't think I'm going to complain too much about that. Let's get back at it. Honestly, I will take that scenario all day, every day, and we'll run it back a million times, and I would be very happy to see that happen. 8-4. So we're going to get anything on the button before we close this thing down. Last hand of the night. Doesn't look like we're going to get to play it. Queen 6. According to the chart, Queen 6 is a fold. So we're going to end the night on a rather melancholy and uneventful scenario. We'll go to the stats. As much as I do not really want to. I do not want to bet. Close the table. So we have significantly dropped some money this week. Yeah, it's been about an $80 downswing. Okay. That could be better, but that's alright. So yeah, we've significantly not played well. But again, we had this period where this is, again, if you look at it here, most of our... We were trending up, and then we get hit with these coolers, which we do hope will turn around. You know, so whereas right here, we're kind of steadily going up. I don't know what I was doing differently, but I mean, I just get lucky. But here, where we're playing really well, we get hit with the coolers, and we drop down. It is what it is. But, you know, we'll come at it again. We still got money in the account. We're not broke. We can still do it. We're determined to try to learn to get better, and I'm having fun doing this, and hopefully you're having fun watching. So if you come back again, I will see you then. Have a good night.